Welcome to iOS app development at South Mountain Community College. Our iOS app development sequence consists of 3 courses: CIS 150AB, which is Object-Oriented Programming Fundamentals, and we use Swift to teach that class. Swift is the primary language used to create apps for iOS devices. CIS 165, Introduction to iOS App Development, we begin looking more at how to create the interface. And then our third semester, CIS 265, goes into some advanced app development techniques. This is designed as a 3-semester sequence, with each course having the previous one as a prerequisite. And while most campuses teach this as 3 semesters, we do have a sister college that teaches it as 2 semesters, with CIS 150AB being 16 weeks and the other 2 courses each being 8 weeks offered in 1 semester combined. But we're going to do something different at South Mountain Community College. We're going to offer all 3 of these courses together in 1 semester as a cohort. This will be an all-day class that goes on Fridays from 9 to 5. Now, the thing I like about doing this approach is we're going to intermingle these courses together a little bit. So there's not simply a straight 5-week, 5-week, 5-week sequence, but rather it's a full semester learning environment in which these courses are integrated, even though they largely follow the bulk of the content being 5 weeks, 5 weeks, and 5 weeks. If you look at the color coding here in this slide, you'll notice that in the first 5 weeks, which is generally the CS 150AB, the programming with Swift, we will get into doing a little bit of interface development as part of that. When we go into CS 165, there's still some programming aspects of Swift that will come into play there, and same with 265. So students are able to complete the sequence in 1 semester. One of the issues in offering these courses as separate semesters is that generally, because of the semester breaks, especially between a summer break, there's a need to review from the previous class. And by offering all these together in 1 semester, that reduces that need to review. And there's also some redundancy between the courses. We can reduce that redundancy, but weaving these things together, and that allows me some time then to add some additional value, some topics that I think are not part of our curriculum, but are very important to know, and also be able to add in a little bit of some employability skills. All 3 of these courses start and end the same dates. And we're calling this the South Mountain Integrated Learning Environment. So this particular cohort then is the SMILE, South Mountain Integrated Learning Environment, on iOS development. So what does the cohort cover? Within the Swift programming class, we'll be looking at programming fundamentals. I assume that students have no programming experience coming in. If they do, that's very helpful. But if you've never programmed before and you want to jump in, this is your opportunity. We'll focus on things like variables and constants and data types and arrays. That all deals with working with information. We'll look at how to control the flow of a program through structures such as conditionals and repetitions, and then we'll kind of conclude that process with creating our own custom classes. As we get into the CS 165 material, there we're really looking at how to create interfaces. So we're going to learn to program first, and then we'll look at how to really focus on making these interfaces with various controls. Those controls are event-driven, and so we're going to write code with Swift to cause something to happen, say when a user presses on a button. Maybe we want a label to change or an animation to occur. That's event-driven programming. We'll look at how to create multiple screens and the segues between those screens. We'll test our apps using on-screen simulators, but also look at how to sideload an app onto our own personal devices for testing. As we get into the more advanced material, CS 265, we'll work with something called Model View Controller Design Patterns. We'll utilize frameworks, which are collections of routines that can extend our code. A lot of programs on mobile devices access table views and scroll views, the ability to present a lot of information through a scrolling pattern. We'll look at how to do that. We'll also look at how we access back-end data. And then the course will culminate in you designing and building your own app and then presenting that. I'm really excited about teaching this cohort, and I'm looking forward to having you join us on this experience.